Alright, gonna do some. I guess let's do no moving. Because why not? Okay, this is Nigeria. Not the police car. So this is an interesting landscape. I'm not sure. My first thought was maybe it's this. I mean, there was only so much of Nigeria that has street view. My first thought was it was over here by this, but I'm feeling less like that. This is kind of how I imagine more like northern Nigeria looking like, but I mean, it could be over here, I guess. But it also could easily be on this road somewhere. But my first instinct was this road. It's probably not it, but there's no reason that I can't guess it, so let's go for it. Why not? Yeah. Yeah, it was more north. I'm not too surprised by that. It was kind of the Ibadan Abuja road. Okay, left drive. And these black and white poles. Pretty sure this is just a. I mean, the landscape would not make me think of Malaysia, but these black and white poles are an instant, like, giveaway to Malaysia, along with the left drive. I think my first thought would have been like Brazil or something. It's a bit of a weird road lines, too. The road lines feel way more like they'd be, I guess, South Africa slash etc. But I mean, the landscape doesn't really fit with them at all down there, and it fits somewhat with Malaysia at least. I'm leaning towards this being more like mountainous. What is this? Mountainous mainland, Malaysia. Is there a coast over there? No. So yeah, I'm just leaning towards this being mountainous mainland Malaysia. Or hilly mainland Malaysia. Pick this road, why not? Let's see where it is. Wow, okay. So it's Sri Lanka. I just assumed that those black and white poles, which are very common in Malaysia and very rare across most of the world, meant it was Malaysia. But shows that even I can be bad at GeoGuessr at times. I'm also pretty rusty. I'm not sure if I would have gotten that when I was playing actively, but this, on the other hand, is pretty obvious US-Canada, more US. It's like, I mean, you can kind of tell it's hot here, and you can, I mean, it's not gonna be that far north. So yeah. My first thought was like Alabama, but this is an interesting house. Could be further north. I'm pretty sure it's not as far north as, like, northern US. I'm starting to lean toward maybe. Let's just go Tennessee. Why not? That was a pretty good guess. Considering a lot of the US looks the same, like basically this entire area looks fairly similar. It's not that bad. So this is... My first thought was Cambodia. And I'm seeing nothing to contradict that. The people in the... I can't read it, but... That could actually be... That could just be... some... Oh no, that could be Latin text. I was trying to find the words, not worlds. I mean, I guess I am trying to find out where in the world I am. This is kind of like my typical, is it Cambodia or is it Brazil? The sun appears to be in the north, actually, which makes me lean more Brazil. And if that is Latin text, which I'm starting to lean towards it being Latin text, then Brazil makes the most sense. These plants just feel wrong for Brazil, though. I don't know, but I associate these types of, like, palm plants, I guess, more with Cambodia and such. So, it could easily be either. This type of landscape to our east also looks kind of, I guess, more Cambodian to me, so I'm just gonna opt to ignore the sun because they're both pretty close to the equator and go for Cambodia, but could just as easily be Brazil. I knew that was a bad idea. Oh well. I was thinking around Belém if it was in Brazil because I've seen the palm oil stuff around this area, around Belém, which that would have been a pretty cool guess if I had made it. But, oh well. Huh? Well, that bollard is falling down. So, US, Canada. It could easily be either, but I'm leaning more Canada right now. Why are all of these, like, nearly falling over? But I was thinking maybe over here somewhere. Over by, like, Maine, etc. But I don't know. It definitely feels more like the Northeast than the Northwest. Maybe New Brunswick? Yeah, let's go for New Brunswick. Why not? Wow, okay, that was way further off to the west than I thought. I thought that was gonna be... If it was... if it was Canada, I thought it was gonna be over here. But... that was an awful game. Let's see if we can get something better. Whoa. That was... Oh, well, that's helpful. So this is Canada, that's pretty clear. Front plate, which is actually a pretty big detail. This is an interesting plate. My first thought with that plate is, God, which one of these three states had the front plates? This is something I would have known like last year, but I forgot. Okay, I get it. We're in Canada. There's two Canadian flags. I no. I mean, what does the landscape remind me of? I'm waiting. I think it's either Alberta or Manitoba that had the front plates. I think it was Manitoba. It would be very weird if we got two Manitobas in a row, but so the road does kind of fit like this. It would be really funny if I zoomed in on the right road, but I did not because that's an actual highway. What city should I go for? Where is the border? Okay, it's this. Let's go for Reston. I don't think there were any streets there that fit. Yeah, it was Manitoba, just the other side. I head towards Alberta. Okay, so I did remember that correctly. Okay, this looks like Jordan. And the black car basically confirms that. An east-west road in Jordan, huh. Okay, well, where in Jordan will this be? I would think the obvious thing is it's outside of Amman. Amman, however you pronounce it. Maybe even in Amman. Feels more like a bit outskirty, but not that far out, like this maybe. Let's go for this road. Why not? Yeah, it was. I actually had the right idea. It wasn't on an outskirt. I was actually looking at a yellow road, but I thought that they'd be too big. Granted, I would have not gotten the right yellow road. Ah, classic no moving stuff. That's probably been figured out but with meta info by now, but I'm pretty behind in terms of meta info, but this is not something I'm behind in. Those are French bollards. So unless they somehow manage to get French bollards in another country, this is gonna be France. So this just feels like random European planes, which does not narrow it down much within France. So let's pick like here, why not? I'm feeling this area. Okay, it was further north, that makes sense. So, okay. First thought was South Africa. Second thought is not South Africa and instead New Zealand or Australia. And third thought is New Zealand because that's a New Zealand bollard. Also, I should have immediately realized that these mountains mean it's not Australia because Australia doesn't have mountains like that. I'm leaning towards. Actually, I was gonna say South Island, but this could easily be North Island, just mountainous North Island, but I'm just gonna stick with South Island. East-West Road. This could actually be fairly far south now that I think about it, if it is. Like somewhere in here. Run a rotating down that way. Just try to find somewhere that's... I thought that said Germany at first. I'm just looking for a road that kind of fits. That's... Of course that turns to north-south. I think we're that coastal. It has to be good. Oh wait, no, it's going this way. Never mind, I'm an idiot. Okay, let's go for this. Well, no, there's no river behind us, is there? Yeah, no, there's no river. But you know what? Why not? Yeah, okay, it was southern South Island. Center Hill. Yeah, that fits more than what I was thinking. Whoa, that was not... I did not mean to click it. Okay, last round. Well, this is Norway. My first thought was Norway, but I wasn't sure. Now I'm sure it's Norway. This is like overexposed camera at this point. Anyway, Ballingshausen. I'm thinking, well, I'm not seeing any mountains, which means it's probably not going to be anywhere too far north or too close to the coast. Because most of Norway is pretty mountainous. I guess it could be like southern, close to the coast. Let's go for this. Why not? Huh. That explains why it wasn't too mountainous. It was an island. I didn't even realize this island had coverage. That was a pretty good guess. And we ended up near only 23k in this game, which was pretty solid. So, yeah, I'll take that. So, bye.